my hearing aid broke. I can't even hear anything.
David, làm sao vậy?
Hmm?
Sao không mở phụ đề lên?
I can't understand you. What is this?
Mở phụ đề lên.
Turn on the subtitles. That's a good idea. Thank you very much.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
how do I say thank you? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, I can see it now. Oh, it's scary.
You guys, what does this say? I
What
can't
does that
read
say?
it. This.
Oh, wow.
I
Those
can't
are the
see.
big glasses. Ooh, I wonder if there's a technology we can use to help you read that.
Please show me.
Let's see.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
This makes it so much easier.
Does it? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad we could help.
Thank you.
What a great technology.
Hello everyone, we hope you enjoy our little skit that we just did. Today we will talk about assistive technologies, and they can actually help in the K-12 education in terms of leveling the playing field.
We have showed you a few demos, and now we will be reviewing them for you.
We're going to talk specifically about what you saw in the video with the translator, the subtitles, and the magnifying program that we had. So let's start off with talking about the first thing we saw, which was the translator. Neen came over and very helpfully suggested that I turn the subtitles on, but I couldn't understand what she was saying.
Yeah, and what's great about it, that it was really accurate. Whatever I talked to him about in Vietnamese, it's actually translated over to English in like 1 second.
It was actually really impressive. We were playing with it a little bit and just kind of throwing different sentences at it, and it also did a pretty good job translating English to Vietnamese as well, which is kind of been a problem with translators in the past.
Yeah.
And you speak fluent Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably play with that later. What do you think?
Right?
Yeah.
That would actually be a lot of
And the
fun.
good thing is that Google Translate works with iPhone and
Android.
And Android,
Yeah.
that is actually really helpful. That would cover all three of us, as we are on different phones, but
Yep.
because these programs are more universal, it does help level out the playing field.
And if you notice, we actually use an iPad for it, so you can use it on an iPad, on a phone.
That's true, we didn't even use a phone for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a really big help. Now also subtitles. This is something that we use on the video. A lot of people don't know, but if you put your video on YouTube, it will automatically add subtitles for you,
Yeah.
which is also really helpful.
Yeah, very beneficial for hearing impaired students.
It is. Actually, the hearing aids are real, so I use subtitles quite a bit, so I don't blow everyone else's ears up in the bedroom. And my roommate, who has perfect hearing, he got so used to subtitles being on that all the little things you don't realize you didn't hear people say, he started picking up on them. So now, even now, 10 years after I lived with him, he still watches movies with subtitles.
Yeah, yeah.
So it could actually be a help for almost
For
anyone.
everyone, yes.
Well, for everyone, especially with people who actually speak faster,
Oh yeah.
and for those foreign students or students who need time to grasp whatever the other person is saying,
Yeah.
they can use those subtitles to help them understand.
Or if they speak in a different, with the same language but different accent, like a British
That
accent.
is true,
You
that-
know,
that-
sometimes I need subtitles to understand.
Sometimes my friends from Ireland, I really wish they could have some subtitle necklace going there, or they could just like have a little scrolling subtitle all the time. Like that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you think about the magnifier?
I thought it was really helpful. It expanded, or I guess it increased the size of the letters, and I could see clearly what, I guess the letters on the paper were so small, And whenever Dave showed me the magnifier, the letters just increased in size, and it helped me read the entire paragraph of the page.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that also has a mode in it for colorblind people, where
Really?
it will change, say if you can't see yellows or something, it'll change that to a different color.
Mm-hmm.
So colorblind people have a easier time finding patterns in pictures and whatnot, which is also very interesting. So,
Yeah.
now, all of these have a few things in common as well. One thing that we all found was really nice was the broad accessibility. You mentioned earlier Android and Apple.
Yeah.
All of these are available on all of them.
And they're free.
And they're free, yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
We just downloaded these right before we started talking about it.
Yeah.
And in fact, some of them didn't even have to be downloaded. The magnifier is built into the operating system.
Yeah.
You just have to turn it on. So
How did you find it?
we found it on our assistant blog,
Yeah.
which was on our website. So
But how did you get to it
Yeah,
on
on
your
the
on your
device.
phone? On
Oh,
the device, so then our viewer.
general accessibility magnifier. So
Easy enough.
you go to the little wheel picture. And, it's a gear, not a wheel. It's a gear. Go to the gear, and then accessibility. And under accessibility, you can find a lot of other things that are also assistive technologies. Personally, because of my hearing, when my phone rings, I have it set to where my camera flash goes off. So
Okay.
if it's on the other side of the room, I wouldn't know. But I see that really bright light going off, and I know I have a phone call coming. And it's not
That's
something that I have to pay for any extra for. It's just one of those accessibilities that you can find in a lot of devices.
So in terms of K-12 education, how would you apply these technology in your classroom or your future classroom?
In my social studies classroom, if I have any ELLs, English language learners, I would use the Google Translate to communicate with the student, and I would talk to them in English, and then just put the language that the student knows, and then use it to communicate with them, to tell them what assignments are due, what they're supposed to do in the classroom, things like that.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think that can really apply to like across content areas,
Yes.
all content
Mhm.
areas. As for me, for my future art classroom, I can use the magnifier to maybe enlarge an image if I
Yeah.
want them to take a look at an artwork or something.
Especially the details.
Yeah, the details. Yes.
Oh yeah, that would actually that would be really
Yeah,
interesting.
so
to
it's
see
not
something.
just text, but it can work for images as well.
And really, you're only limited by your creativity when it comes to finding ways to engage your students, to serve those students that are less served or underserved.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The more creative you get, that's how the technology helps.
Mhm.
Is you using your creativity to reach out to others.
Yeah, and I guess the problem with schools is that they're trying to meet the needs of the learners without using technology. But with using technology, you benefit in just reaching out to those students who are on the side, and you can actually have them work on the assignments and use different devices and applications to help them complete their work in the classroom.
Awesome. Cool. Well, we would like to thank you for watching this video, and we hope you have a great day. And
See you next time.
Bye. I want to watch it.
it's really funny. So we're gonna see the video, but yeah, I feel like that worked out really well. I think that we
Good job.
good job.
Oh man.